This is Courtney,
And this is Kelsey.
and we're Penn Pals.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. We're very excited to kick off the summer with you guys. Feels like we're really in the summer, so it's a lot of fun. And as you may see from my background, I'm in a new space. Well, it's similar background to last episode if you're a loyal watcher. But I am in a totally new space. I just moved into an apartment with my boyfriend Ryan, who made a very special cameo with with Kelsey's husband Luis last episode. So if you haven't watched that, I already mentioned it twice. Check it out. That was a good one. But yeah, so what we wanted to talk about was all things like home, apartment, how to furnish a space, things we looked for in my apartment, Kelsey's home. Kelsey's a homeowner now, and very adult it feels.
I know.
So yeah. So yeah, we just wanted to have a fun chat with each other, chat with you guys about like what we're looking for in home decor and all of that kind of stuff, because that's been like really top of mind for me lately, like moving into a new space. And Kelsey, you've been doing some like redecorating and upgrading and stuff lately as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and we asked our Instagram followers too what you guys thought about furnishing and decorating a space. 85% of you thought it was fun. 15% of you found it was stressful. I think it's kind of both. I think once you get the big items out of the way, it can be fun, but it's definitely a process, and I feel like it can take months, weeks. For us, it's taken years to kind of figure out what to do with our space, and things change and seasons change, and it can be hard. But I know you were furnishing and finding pieces for your entire apartment, so...
Yeah. So I moved in with my boyfriend, and he was living in an apartment before, so he had some pieces, which was good. That helped us. He had a couch and a bed, and he had some other stuff, but we sold it. But we'll talk about compromising later. So
funny.
Yeah. But luckily he did have the big stuff. So what we're doing now is kind of like filling out the whole space. We're basically starting from scratch. So yeah, when we were looking for an apartment, we both, like, I work from home and he's in school and stuff right now. And so we wanted a place that had like ample space for 2 desks. So we wanted 2 desk spaces, which was kind of hard a little bit, but we realized like we could get one in the bedroom, one in the living room. We have a cool like a little nook area for it here. So that was like our number 1 priority, because like we basically like work and live and everything in this space. It's like everything now. And so yeah, that was like the main thing that we wanted. We wanted like a good location, obviously, like we're in Nashville and stuff. So a good location, and yeah, and then we needed, like, we're 2 people, we have a 1-bedroom, which we thought would work well. We didn't want a studio because we would have absolutely no separation from each other. So we needed... Yeah.
Studios are just a big... I lived in one when I was in LA. That was my last apartment, and it's just a big room, so yeah. It's crazy. So it's like, yeah, we need like at least another room so we don't have to just like hide from each other in the bathroom. Like that would be Stay away from me. I need my space.
Yeah, just in the bathroom for like an hour. What you doing? Oh, nothing. That sounds inappropriate. It's not. But also we wanted, it's 2 of us in a 1-bedroom, so we needed like a decent sized 1-bedroom, and we needed one with like enough storage and stuff. So we got really lucky that our place has like a big closet where like we could like put our big suitcases and that kind of stuff. We still do put some stuff under the bed, but like it gave us enough space. And then Ryan wanted, which I was like, oh, this would be great and stuff. I was like, whatever. He really wanted 2 sinks for the bathroom. And it's funny that he said that and I didn't say that, but it was we got that too, luckily. So we pretty much got everything on our wish list, but that was really key, the 2 sinks.
Well, it's something you don't think about either. It's smart to think about that beforehand, because that was this is our second house that we've owned, and we had to have 2 sinks too, just to have our own spaces. And I leave out everything on the counter, like my makeup, straightener, like everything just stays out most of the time. So I wanted my own space so it wasn't cluttered and all over. And storage is a huge thing too. I feel like you always need it. And then when you're moving and growing during your life, you accumulate more and more things that you need to hide somewhere. But the thing that I didn't think about that we had in our first house that we do not have in this house, and this sounds I sound like a lame-o, but like a drop zone. Like, you know, when you come home, like you come home and you need a place to drop your purse. Like, you have those cute little cubbies when you walk into your house. I do have a cubby
on the side, yeah.
We don't have that. So at our other house, you walked in, we would come in through the garage, like park at the end of the workday, come in through the garage, and we had this little cabinet where we'd just throw like mail, keys, purse, whatever on there. But in this house, you walk in and there's like a shelf. So all our stuff ends up on this shelf that people see when they walk in. And I'm just like, I wish I had a drop zone. And they called that on HGTV, so I know it's legit. But that was something I never thought about, that now moving forward, I'm going to make sure every home has that, or has a space to build, like just a little cabinet or a place to have hooks for keys. And that sounds really bizarre, but I don't know. I just feel like you need it. And in our house too, you walk in the front door and there's like it's called like a grand room, like a grand living room. So it's a room you walk right into, but then you walk off to the side and then we have our kitchen, table and chairs, like dining area, and a living room. So you can see from the island straight into the living room, which was a must for me with children. But the grand living room, we don't spend any time in because we're just hanging out, playing with our daughter, and the other room. So we've been going to furniture stores and trying to figure out how to furnish that room, because it's going to be like a pretty room. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's going to have a couch.
I had
one.
That
formal room. Yeah. So
we've parents' house.
Like we've been trying to figure out how to use that space, but then like, where do we store this? And then it's getting rid of our old furniture, and we're also at the point where, like you, we have a lot of stuff that we had from college, that my husband had before we were together, that I had before we were together, that we brought all into one place. And now we're kind of replacing some of those pieces. And it's kind of sad, though, because I was like, this is my bed from college, and like, just, I don't know, it's a lot of my first things that I owned as an adult. So to get to that point, it's just really strange. And obviously a lot of stuff we do have to get rid of because we're at a new phase in our lives as parents too, and things just aren't practical anymore, or they're just not nice looking. And we've built up our careers a little bit. We have some extra money to actually afford things. We're not college students, so to have like a nice bed or a nice couch in like a formal room, it's just those pieces. But that's the stressful part for me. Doing all the fun little decor items and stuff is the fun part, because those big pieces, I feel like it adds up financially, and they cost a lot more than you think, and you're like, ooh, every time you buy something. And of course all the pieces that you like, or that I like, are the most expensive ones in the store usually. So I don't know how I know that, but I'm like, I love this one. And my husband's like, of course you do. That's the most expensive one here. Oops. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm the same exact way. That's so funny.
I know.
I always gravitate to the most expensive, and I'm not even looking at the price. I just know what the most expensive is.
Somehow.
Yeah.
But right now we're upgrading to, we have a queen bed, and we want a king because our daughter likes to come in the night and jump in bed with us. And I did find a headboard, like a furnished, is that what it's called, with the fabric on it, headboard?
Yeah, I don't know if it has an exact name, like just like something a fabric, like plush headboard sort of thing. I love those.
I love it, but here's the cool part. It was one of the most affordable ones in the store. And I was like, how did I but it's like really charcoal gray, and it's really pretty.
Oh, that's awesome.
But the headboard we have right now, I made a fabric headboard beforehand. So that was a way to save money for our very first bed, was we had the like actual bed, the platform and everything for the mattress. But I wanted something pretty on the wall, and I made a fabric headboard out of a big piece of plywood. Wow. It has memory foam underneath it and fabric, and I made my own buttons. Who knew you could make buttons? You could buy a button maker. Cool. Yeah, and they're fabric buttons, so the buttons match the actual fabric, of the headboard. And I'm really proud of it. It cost me under $100, which fabric headboards are a lot more than that usually.
Oh, yeah.
But I DIY'd a lot of stuff, obviously, when I had a lot more time. Chasing a toddler takes up a lot of your time, but I sat and made a lot of the stuff for our home, which I think is a fun way to, I don't know, you're proud of it, but also you're saving money, and you can spend it on a fun little trip or something else, and it looks just as good a lot of the times as something in the store. And it's the headboard was easy. I just looked on YouTube, how do I do this, and dimensions, and it wasn't too difficult at all.
That's awesome. I wanted like a headboard, but the bed we have, it has like a headboard, like a metal one and stuff. So I ended up just kind of leaving it and stuff. But that's like one of my wish list items. I want a beautiful headboard like that. But yeah, so as I was saying, like we basically started from scratch. So I want to talk a little bit about like how I kind of got the pieces together. Like if you're ever in a situation where you're moving into a brand new house or brand new apartment and just kind of like starting from scratch like that. So I want you to go through the process, how I did that a little bit, and then like Kelsey, you could like, I don't know if you went through a similar process or something, but we'll see. But basically, as I said, my boyfriend had some big pieces. We had a couch and a bed, so that's all we had. And so I think those are like the biggest pieces if you're like in an apartment or something, like a couch, a bed, like those basics, are like two things you need. And so the other thing we needed was we have like a super long kitchen island. So we don't have a kitchen table, so we have bar stool chairs, sort of counter chairs there. So that was the other thing like we needed, so we could like sit and eat somewhere and stuff. So after we had all of our like sitting places, like the other things we needed were like a big TV console stand and like an accent chair and a coffee table and nightstands and stuff like that. So I kind of I ordered everything online. So I really kind of wanted to order one thing at a time to make sure, okay, this looks good in this space. Okay, this looks good in this space. Because I kind of like, I didn't like just see like one like matching furniture set and like buy all of that. Like I wanted to kind of mix and match. So actually, backing up a little bit, what I did right after we like had our couch and bed in was I got a colorful carpet, and that carpet like I love, and like that those are the colors that are now like throughout my space and stuff. Kelsey, did you do like something similar with like a carpet first, or like?
Yeah, I'm super visual, so it's going to a furniture store and seeing something, but then seeing it in your house sometimes is a really different thing, because things look different in different lights, different shades of colors, and that kind of thing. So that's always really hard, because I'm spending a lot of money on this couch or this big piece, and I just want it to look good. So I had to come home and like re-visualize it. My husband and I literally took painter's tape and taped down where the couch would be and everything in the room once we got the dimensions of the one we had picked out that we liked and hadn't yet purchased.
That's so smart.
So I could think, and I'm just so visual. I have such a hard time being like, okay, this is how it's going to look. I have to actually see it. And we went to multiple stores as well, and I'm like, I wish we could see the couch that I liked from each store just lined up all next to each other, so I could look at each one, compare them to each other, and go from there. So just visualizing it in the space. And pulling colors out of like the throw pillows or the walls, we actually, when we moved into this house, I don't know why, but the person who had it before, literally, one wall was purple, the next wall was orange, one was green. They were these bright colors all in one room. So we painted the whole house grayish, which is a gray beige. So then we could go like the brown direction, like the red tones of a brown, or like the blue tones of a brown. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a difference. So just trying to like stay in a color family too. Yeah. For living in the Southwest, well, I grew up in the Midwest, so I don't know, I like cooler tones more, and like reds and oranges and those types of colors are really big out here. So my husband always jokes, when you walk into the house, it seems like you just walked into the Midwest, because we have like the grays and the whites and like those more modern, cooler tones than like the traditional like Southwestern colors that are so popular around here when you tour homes and walk into homes. So it's just kind of funny.
Don't they have like tile all throughout the house? Not tile.
So
or,
tile.
Yeah, like they don't. And they don't. I remember you telling me they don't do like carpet as much, or
so like tile's really big here, which is strange for me, because in the Midwest where I grew up, carpet like is a big thing. We actually ended up getting it's like a vinyl wood, so it looks like a wood floor, but we didn't get true wood because of like the extreme heat and stuff. It cracks and breaks easily. But I really love it. It's like a cool tone brown. It's similar to this that we have on our wall, actually. No, but it's like, I think it looks really nice. So you walk in, and I had to have, like I said, because I grew up with it, we wanted carpet in the bedrooms for flooring and such, just because having a little one crawling, that was the big thing for me. But I also thought, if I don't have carpet, I'm gonna get like a big accent rug or something fuzzy and fun, because it just feels more homey and comforting and cozy to me. And I know with the heat, the extreme heat in the summer, sometimes that doesn't make sense, but I want to feel like cozy and stuff. Yeah, like in my bed or on the couch at night with a blanket, and like I said, it's just easier for like a little one's knees as well, crawling and moving around, and it just made more sense for us. At least.
That's true. Yeah, I have hardwood throughout my apartment and stuff, like that's what it is. And then I think some options had like carpeted bedrooms, but ours doesn't. I don't have a carpet in the bedroom. I might put a rug under the bed at one point, but I think it's okay for now. But yeah, when we got the carpet in the living room, that really helped me, like, because it's all white, and just like pick out what colors and stuff I wanted to do. So my one standout piece, this would like also be my advice, is like have like one standout piece, and don't have too many other things that will like compete with that, because it'll just look too busy, especially like if you're in a smaller space like I am. You don't want to have it look like there's like so much furniture like crammed in, you know? So my one big standout piece was this like blue chair that I'm obsessed with.
It's so cute. It's super cute. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. And I'll have to put in a picture on Instagram or something. But so go check it out at Penn Pals Podcast. If you want to see, I'll put that up there. But so I got that blue chair. It's very like mid-century modern, and like when I was looking at furniture online, I realized I really liked that style. So I, like you did, I didn't put tape down, but that would have been really smart. But I measured like everything with a tape measure of like what the dimensions said on the website. I measured it to make sure it would like fit well in that space, like really meticulously, because like especially these big furniture items, like I can't really return it, like it's because I don't have like a truck or something, so it's just like I really wanted it to be good, like with everything I could. So I got the TV stand, I got it from like Target, and I got the chair. And yeah, so I had those two pieces in, and then I've been on the hunt for a coffee table. I actually did get one from Amazon, and I did return it just because I didn't like the shape of it with everything when it was like in there. But I would say like if you need to return something, you need to return something and stuff. And like, you kind of just have to, that's why I say like, don't get everything all at once, because you kind of have to feel out like how everything feels together, because like you're not gonna see that until like you actually get it there. So I've just been like, we've been in the apartment like over a month now, and we still like don't have a coffee table and stuff, but we're getting one.
No,
So,
well, it could take like literally months, years. I feel like it's such a slow process, and we've lived in our house for 2 years, and we're just starting to figure out that main area. So it's just, it's always been like, in our previous home, we lived there 2 years, and I feel like after the 2 years, I was like, okay, I have it how I want it, because it's just it just is a slow process, and I do think the best advice is to buy one piece at a time and not just get everything at once, and just kind of slowly accumulate and find pieces that you really love and go from there for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And my mom told me that too. She was like, don't buy it all at once and stuff. And so I think that is like the number one piece of advice I would give to anyone. And then once you have those like big pieces in, I already started like, because I was able to see the colors from my rug, I found some cool wall art, and I like pulled the colors from there. And then I did get a comforter first before I got nightstands, and I saw like how that felt in the bedroom. And then I got some nightstands, and I was like, oh, I need something else, but what does it need? And then I was like, oh, it really needs to be balanced out with some nice like nightstand lamps and stuff. So I got those, and now I'm like, oh, it would look good with some like wall art like on top of it. So I'm kind of just like, exactly, like doing one thing at a time. So get the big pieces first, establish your color scheme, and then get your throw pillows and stuff within that color scheme as well, and don't have it like compete with like the standout piece. So I got some throw pillows, but I don't want it to compete with my blue chair and stuff, so I got them pretty neutral and stuff as well. So it's just always kind of thinking of everything all together.
The only issue that I have with like slowly accumulating things over time is I cannot live with things unfinished or clutter and stuff. It drives me crazy. Like I'm like, I have to finish this. I'm one of those people that has like follow through on something, and I can't just have a bedroom or a living room half done. And I'm like, it needs to be like complete. But it does get there eventually. It's just a lesson in patience, at least for me.
Yeah, like I am the same way. I'm like, that's why I think it's like consuming my thoughts, because I'm like, oh, I gotta get this, I gotta get that, I gotta get that. But like, I guess, you could still get like one thing at a time, but you can still get it right after one after another. So like, that's why I like to order from sites like Target and whatever, so it comes really fast. So it's just like, I like that, okay, next thing. I like that, okay, the next thing. I mean, exactly. I probably could wait a little more for financially, but it's okay if you have the money, whatever. So I was like, I have it. Let me just like, I want to
just get it done, be comfortable. And I think too, working from home and constantly being in your space, things drive you crazy because you're like, this isn't done. I want to feel at home in this space. And I do think that the pandemic really changed how people view their spaces too, because you spend so much time there that you want it to be perfect and comforting and your style and the place you want to be. You don't want to walk into a room like sometimes there is a mess or it's not done, and I walk into a room and I'm like, I don't even want to be in here because it just stresses me out too much. Yeah. So for sure.
I feel you. And like another thing that like was stressful at first, but we found some compromises and stuff, is like compromising with your significant other, like especially if you have different styles and everything. And with Ryan, it's good and stuff because I care about like the home decor and stuff. He doesn't care as much. So I mostly am able to like, get what I want. But he did have like some requests and stuff, and like he's obsessed with Star Wars and stuff. And so when we first went in, he was like, oh, like maybe we could like hang some Star Wars posters and stuff. And I'm like, no. We're not hanging up Star Wars posters. Sorry. If you're listening, Ryan, love you. But yeah, so we're not just like hanging up posters because, like you said, we're not like in college anymore and stuff. And like I like my theme is mid-century modern and stuff. I'm like, I want it to like be, this is my first like adult like apartment that I'm able to decorate myself and stuff. Yeah. So I was like, let's do Star Wars, but let's do it more elevated. So that's what we're doing. And so one of the things I did was I went on Etsy and I literally typed in mid-century modern Star Wars wall art, and oh my god, so many things came up. There was like tons of different prints and canvases. It was crazy, and like some of them were like really cool and like mid-century modern, and then there were some others that were just like a subtle landscape with like a hint of like Star Wars, kind of like if you know sort of thing. And it was funny because on those, like, all the comments like were from like girlfriends buying it for their boyfriend, like, you really wanted Star Wars in and this was the perfect compromise and stuff. So that would be my tip, is like, go on Etsy. They have everything and stuff. Like anything you type in, they have it and stuff. So go on Etsy, do that. And then I got him for Christmas this little Lego Star Wars set. And so he built that and we put it in our like TV stand. It has like a little shelf, and so we put it in there, and then I'm gonna put in some like decorative coffee table books in there and stuff too. So like there's a little nod to it. And then he also had like a Star Wars clock, and we put that one in the closet, but it's still there. It's still there. So compromising.
I feel bad for couples that have such, because I've heard of couples having significantly different styles, and I think that could be so hard to try to compromise because you don't want to start arguments or something over your space. I feel like I'm lucky because my husband and I have a lot of the same taste and style, and we like a lot of the same things. And he's very much also like, you like it? Okay, we'll do it type of person, because I'm in the same position as you. I did most of the decorating in our house too, and I guess it's like a stereotypical thing. I don't know. I just like doing that. I'm more like creative, right-brained, and he's the more like budget. Okay, this fits in our budget. You can purchase this headboard or couch or whatever. So that's how we go about it too. But speaking of Star Wars, we got married, on May 4th, Star Wars Day. We had R2-D2 and BB-8 cake topper on our cake. But speaking of, like, that reminded me of decor and such, because a lot of our decor on the walls is from our wedding, and so it's just special stuff that reminds us of that day. And like I said, you accumulate stuff over time, photos of our child, and a lot of Etsy stuff too. If you're super crafty, I love being super crafty. So I make a lot of like our wall art and such too. If I couldn't find something, or if I had a phrase or quote that I absolutely love. I sound like such an old person, but I'll like paint it. I get like a stencil and paint it. And I have one of my favorites. I have it hanging.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah, like that type of thing. I do not have one that says that, but I do have one that says, wash your hands, say your prayers, because Jesus and germs are everywhere. And that's hanging in the bathroom. And my daughter recites it all the time.
I saw that phrase, that like exact phrase. It was like, yeah, Jesus and germs are everywhere. I saw that. I thought it was so funny in a story.
I do too.
I took a picture of it.
I think it's so great. It's hanging in our biggest bathroom. So just little signs like that. And if you do want to make your own, or if you can't afford, because I know Etsy, sometimes there's some higher priced items in there because they are independent artists who are trying to make a living off of this. But if you do like to make your own, or you're feeling inspired, what I did was I went to Hobby Lobby, and they have such cool, like, just rustic, already framed, already whitewashed, just pieces of wood that you can paint immediately on for under like $10-15. I think that bathroom one cost me $8, and I paid for a paintbrush and a bottle of small black paint to stencil I printed out a stencil online and just painted it on there. So you can make really affordable things. If you do like the DIY route, which I obviously do, we still have our nightstands. I'm sitting in our bedroom. That's why I keep looking over. But our nightstands. We each had our own nightstand, obviously, from like our childhood, and they don't look anything alike, but I painted them both the same color, like this really pretty like charcoal gray color. And we were actually, because I said we're shopping for a new bedroom set, and my husband was like, where did we get our nightstands that we have now? Because we bought matching nightstands. I was like, we didn't. I just painted those. And he was like, wait, what? And he went home and looked at them again, and he's like, oh my gosh, these are our original ones, but they look like they go together just because of the color, even though his is slightly like more rounded on the front. The knobs look a little different, but it just made it more cohesive. But now, like I said, I feel like we're in that stage of our lives where we're like, okay, we're married, we have a child, we need grown-up items that aren't passed down from college, that are beat up from like 6 moves across the country. So
that's what I'm getting to. Like, I'm in like that stage, but I'm also in like the like not. I'll probably upgrade some of the things in the future and
eventually.
stuff. So yeah. So I am not as DIY as you are, but I want to be. But right now, like what I've been doing a lot of is like getting inspiration from like stores that are kind of like expensive and stuff, like West Elm, Crate and Barrel, Restoration Hardware, yada yada, you know the places. And so I love to like look on their websites, even go in their stores sometimes, see how they set things up and like how they style things together, and get inspiration from that. And those are also really good inspirations if you're great at DIYing. Like look at those stores and stuff too. And then I found that like Target is like my favorite store ever, and so they have dupes for like really expensive furniture items. Like I remember seeing this TikTok, it was like, okay, there's this from Restoration Hardware. Target did like a basically imitation collection. Like it's crazy. So definitely like look on Target. I also love Home Goods. They kind of like harken a lot of similar styles. Yeah, I love Home Goods. It's really fun. And yeah, so you could have like expensive tastes like we do and stuff, and then like find those pieces somewhere else. And like things at Target and stuff are still like good quality. Like they're not like beat up or like hand-me-downs and stuff. They're still like really good quality, and you could get them to look really similar to like the high-end furniture stores. So that's like what I've been doing. And then also I was looking on those furniture store sites, and I was looking on West Elm, and I noticed like they will do sales and stuff. They will do clearance sales, and they will have like a few pieces that are like not nearly as expensive as the others, like every once in a while. So I found the coffee table that's coming from West Elm and stuff. So it really wasn't nearly as expensive as their other stuff. So I'm happy about that. And yeah, I'm also kind of like looking for pieces that like will be able to travel with me to the next apartment or like the first home one day and stuff like that. So things that like are not gonna like totally break the budget now, but like will last is what I'm trying to look for.
Yeah, and I always think that's hard too, because I'm thinking so long term about pieces as well. So I'm like, I don't want anything too crazy looking, because I want it to be able to match. Like, what if it doesn't look good in the new home, or what if it doesn't? So I'm always thinking about those investments in pieces that can last long term as well. Yeah, that was a good point.
Yeah, for sure. And then like I also found like another tip for like if you're on a budget and stuff is so many of these sites like Target, Bed Bath & Beyond, Home Depot, Macy's, whatever, they will have like a lot more stuff online than they will in their store. And so Target, like most of the Target stuff I buy, a lot of it is like Target exclusive brands, like Threshold, Project 62, if you know, you know. But I'm really in it right now. But some of their stuff isn't. So I found this cool brand called Ink and Ivy, which is the brand of my chair. And I like was looking at so many sites, I was seeing like ads pop up, and I was like, wait, like this chair is on other sites and stuff. And so I learned actually from like TikTok and stuff, like to go on like whatever site you're looking at, copy and paste the exact like title of the piece, and then type it into Google, and Google literally will show you every single site it's sold on, the amount like it's sold for, and the amount that that site does shipping fees, because sometimes for furniture pieces like the shipping will be a lot because the pieces are really heavy. So yeah, I saw that chair on Target because I was like looking on Target, but then I actually ordered it from Macy's for like $100 cheaper.
Crazy, the price differences.
Yeah.
I've noticed that too. I was trying to buy our daughter like this little chair, and I did the same thing, and there's like substantial financial differences on websites. You just have to take the extra step to look, because you could save like sometimes even hundreds of dollars. It's crazy how these stores do that.
Yeah, and I realized that some brands are like calling, like having fake brand names in a way, not fake, but like two different brand names, because I swear I saw the same exact nightstands I bought on Target, like many different places, but they were like different brands, and then I ended up buying it from Amazon, and it like was a different brand, but then it came, the box was labeled the same brand that Target had called it. It was so weird. So it's like they're calling things like different names and charging them different prices as well. It's very weird. So if you do like enough research, you'll start and like look on enough places online, you'll start to see that too, which is crazy.
So if you have like a dream piece that you absolutely love, just search for it online. If you're a DIYer, do that. But you can save so much money if you just sit for a minute. And I know it's frustrating because you have to dedicate so much of your time to it, time that we don't have, and just sit and look. But it's really worth your time. I think you can save so much money. It's honestly really crazy.
Yeah, for sure. And another place that I've been liking to buy like furniture or even little decor items is Amazon. I've been getting really into Amazon, and so yeah, and like I've like watched so many TikToks and stuff, and like I love when like influencers link their Amazon storefront and stuff. I don't know, like it sounds weird to say like I like when they do it, but I do, and I like what they put together and their inspiration, and just to be able to like buy it, like seeing it in their space, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like we live in such a different time, because growing up you'd see something on TV that you love, like someone wearing something, a toy that someone had, like just something as a kid. But now we're living in a world where you can find that exact thing that they have, and you can get it yourself, which is really amazing. So everything's a lot more attainable in that sense. Even like you were saying, dupes from higher end stores, people are being able to purchase those at a lower price point, and you can have your dream home. You really can. It's just the process of patience.
It's a big process, a lot of research, a lot of like creating a mood board, like creating like everything you want, kind of getting like a cohesive idea for everything. But I've been loving Amazon for like little things and stuff too. Like I bought some really clutch things. People say clutch anymore? I don't know.
I think so.
I bought some great things on Amazon. So my favorite thing that I bought on Amazon was these shower caddies, which have been all over TikTok and stuff. I think they come in different colors, but I got matte black because all the hardware in my apartment is matte black. And they're shower caddies, but you don't put it on the like faucet like sort of end, because like I heard that creates like stress on it if you like hang too many stuff eventually. But these are like adhesive. They're like super sticky adhesive on the back, and then you just like put them up on your shower, and it literally looks like my shower came with them built in.
It does. It does.
So
it looks
crazy.
like it.
Oh yeah, I showed you.
It does. It looks legit, but finds like that are amazing. I think especially in apartment living where you can't necessarily nail a ton into the walls, and you're looking for creative ways to be able to store stuff or decorate.
Yeah, exactly. And then like, you know, going along with that with like the storage and the like kind of beautifying things. I found like I've been just buying really random stuff from Amazon, but they have all the random stuff for like a good price.
They do.
So, yeah.
And 2-day Prime shipping or whatever, overnight
Yeah.
shipping.
Yeah. Yeah, so like little things I've been doing is like I got like little like sticker pads to go underneath our furniture to not scratch the floor, keep it renter friendly. I got these like Velcro sticker strips to kind of like hide some of the like extension cords and stuff, and like tape it up onto like the TV stand, and like just kind of like make a whole cohesive look. And then like I got this like little soap caddy that like suctions like into the sink that's like the same silver as the sink, and just like really little things like that have just been like making my life like easier and kind of just like putting like a final touch on things, you know?
And it does make a difference. You think those little things are just little things, but they do. But because like extension cords and that type of thing have been at the forefront of my mind too with a little one. So trying to hide them or doing those protective covers over outlets. And I sit on the internet, I'm like, which one would look the best in my house? They have round ones, they have triangles. So just little things, but it does. It makes everything look cleaner too by hiding all those cords and stuff as well. So it can change your space completely and make your life easier.
Yeah, exactly. So don't neglect like the little details. Don't forget about Amazon for I think buy so many like kitchen stuff and bathroom stuff and like organization and storage from Amazon. But now I'm starting to buy more like furniture and decor stuff now that I'm seeing like that like linked from TikTok as well. So definitely don't forget about Amazon in your mix. Like it's worth it.
There's some great stuff on there.
Yeah.
Great stuff on HGTV too. I could sit and watch it all day. Get ideas, and my husband hates me and is like, we're not shiplapping the whole house. Anyway.
So what would your like dream house have? Like what would like that include for you?
Drop zone. No, that's the thing that I didn't think about. Dream house wise, enough space like to work from home. I think having a nice office is such a crazy thing to think about. We don't have a playroom currently for our child. We have toys everywhere and a big backyard. It's hard when you live in like a city area to find a decent sized backyard. We looked at so many different houses to try and find one. And if you're familiar at all with Phoenix, like nobody has grass here, which is just insane to me. Why would you want to play on rocks? So no, we had grass put in, but it is very difficult to maintain in this climate as well. But like a big backyard, big grassy backyard, a playroom, like drop zone. For me at this point, it's like those little things. And storage. I sound like so like just awful being like, I need storage. I need the place to put my purse. I don't know. But it's those type of little things for me. What do you like? What would you love to have in your dream home?
Yeah, so for my apartment, I'm pretty happy I got like everything I wanted on my wish list for it. The only other thing that we kind of like wanted was like a second bedroom to kind of more have a separation with like being like working from home. But I like work in the kitchen and Ryan works in the bedroom and stuff, so we made that work. So I would say like if we had endless money to have a second bedroom, but we kind of chose the location and one bedroom as the best fit and stuff. So for apartment, I'm pretty happy really. We got like most of what we wanted, so that was great. And then for a house, oh man, that seems like so far away from me, but maybe it's not, maybe who knows. Yeah, I would definitely, like you said, I want a big kitchen, you know, like I feel like I like how my apartment now has like a giant kitchen island. Like I like that being like the space where you kind of like have people gather and like have it like open into the living room and stuff, and pretty open concept. And yeah, other than that, I would love a huge walk-in closet and like a big bathroom.
I forgot that. That's just a must.
Yeah, and I would love like a cute little, well, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter so much, but like a laundry room would kind of be nice. We have like a place designated for laundry. We have our washer and dryer in our closet, which is also very convenient. So I don't know, I guess that doesn't really matter so much, but that would be cool. And then yeah, just like lots of like pantry space and like storage space and like nice windows and stuff, and then like a yard. I don't know if I would want a pool one day. Maybe one day. I don't know. I hear they're a lot to maintain and clean. And
you
everything.
just get like someone to help you with that.
Yeah.
You get like a cleaning person and someone to help with the pool. That's the thing. It like the bigger the house you get, the more there is to clean. That's the dilemma moving through life, I think. That sounds terrible, but cleaning is it's not my favorite thing in the world, but it must be done.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before we started recording. Like, I vacuumed the whole apartment, and it's not that big of an apartment, but I vacuumed it last night, and I was like, oh my god, this is a workout. But you were saying you liked vacuuming.
I do. Vacuuming is probably my favorite cleaning chore to do. I don't know. I think it's relaxing, and it just gets you up and moving too. I don't know. But also I was going to tell you that I feel like almost like when I lived in a smaller apartment, or when I lived by myself in an apartment, I almost felt like it was more work to clean. But I think it's because you're in that space constantly. Yeah. At least at my house, like the guest bedroom, for example, I'm not going in there vacuuming every day because people don't spend much time in there. So I don't know. I think that's the dishes. We talked about that though too. The dishes, I can't. Yeah. I hate dishes. Hate them.
I don't mind that too much.
You need to come over and do my dishes, and I'll vacuum your house. And we will just go at it. I just told my mom, I was talking to her yesterday too. I'm like, a cleaning person would make my life so much easier. Like it would save so much time. I know. So that's the next goal.
Yeah. Well, my parents, we used to have one that she would come like every other week-ish to kind of like do the deep cleaning, because I feel like I'm bad with like after I live like at a place like long enough, like I'm not like good at cleaning. Like I try my best, but like I'm not like great at like cleaning the nooks and crannies of the shower and like stuff like that.
Or the blinds, or like the baseboards. Like if you're doing this, please tell us, because you're a superhero. Because it's it's just to have someone come and do that every once in a while is nice. But I have other things I need to do. One day I'll get my personal assistant to help me, and my life will be together.
And a personal chef too would be nice.
Ooh, let's put that on the list too.
Yeah,
kitchen with personal chef.
Yeah, and someone to clean the house, and landscaper, pool maintenance person.
Our dream house list is now with a team included. These people need to come too.
Yeah, and be close to the beach maybe, or something too. I forgot about that. I'm very landlocked right now. So are you? Kind of.
I am. Yeah. I've always wanted to like a balcony or a window seat. But overlooking the ocean, that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. It sounds silly, but we actually like gave up the like balcony to like have like a semi bigger place, because we could have had like a different model of apartment in the same building, but a little smaller with the balcony. But we're like, you know what? We want a bigger space. And then our apartment has like a rooftop pool. It sounds very bougie, but we've really been enjoying that.
Amazing.
So
amazing.
Yeah. So it's been very, very fun. But yeah, we figured we would end this episode the same way we do every episode, with what we're watching. But this one with a twist. We want to talk about our favorite like home shows. And Kelsey, I know you love watching home improvement shows, all of that. So
I do.
What is your favorite?
They're so much fun to watch when you are finally, like, I didn't like HGTV as a kid, but when you own your space and you know how you're going to decorate it and stuff, I could watch it all day now and just get inspiration and ideas. Some of my favorites, I will watch whatever Nate Berkus and Jeremiah Brent Jeremiah Brent are in anything. I will watch anything. I love them. I watched Nate's talk show when he had one. I watched him when he was on Oprah. I just love their style. I think they're so great. But in addition to HGTV, there is a home renovation show that's pretty popular on Netflix called Dream Home Makeover. It's with the McGees. They're such a cute couple, and they have such a fun style, and I feel like you would really like them because your style is very much like hers, and she's so trendy too. I want to know where she gets her clothes and all her outfits because she's adorable. I love her. But those are like my two big ones. Obviously Chip and Joanna Gaines. Love them too. So glad that they're kind of rebooting like the Fixer Upper, their own network, their own shows now, because I just can't get enough of them, and I will rewatch seasons, like watch it over and over and over again, and I love that. What kind of home shows do you like to watch?
Yeah, well, wait, I want to ask you a question first, because is the McGee, does she have a line in Target called like Studio McGee or something?
Yes, she is Studio
I've
McGee.
been buying her stuff, so yeah, we do have the same style.
She's great. You should watch it. I watched the entire show in a day. I did the whole season. It's they're just so cute. I love them. They have daughters, and they're such a cute family.
I just bought her throw pillows and throw blanket and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But speaking of Chip and Joanna Gaines, and their network, the show that I've been watching is on the Magnolia Network, which is their network, I think. And I've been watching it on Discovery Plus. I can't do an episode without mentioning Discovery Plus, apparently. Like, it's crazy.
It's true.
I think you can watch Magnolia Network other ways. Look it up. I don't know, but if you're interested, that sounded weird. Anyways, but yeah, if you're really interested in home improvement, Magnolia Network is great too. And the show that I like is called Making Modern let me double check, with Brooke and Bryce, I think their names are. Yeah, and so it's interesting because they are in Nashville, so that's why I like it a lot. And Brooke is the like builder carpenter, and Bryce is the designer. So it's kind of like a role reversal than like the usual like husband wife shows. Like it's usually like the woman like is like the decorator and stuff like that. So it's super interesting. They like will make over like a room or sometimes like a whole home, and they have like a nice modern style, and they're really fun. And then like some like inside baseball knowledge, like when I was like working in Nashville and other stuff, I like know who like the producer is and the camera guy is and stuff. So it's cool. They said it's a lot of work making those home improvement shows, like a lot more work than they thought it would be, but very fun.
They work so much longer than you actually get to see on TV. Renovations take months, years even, but you have the inside knowledge. You should be like, okay, you could come over and do my place next. Here's my list of requests. It includes pool people and landscapers. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that'd be so fun. Be like, can you like finish my living room for me? Thanks.
Sometimes I wish, like, just tell me what to do with this space. Like, call you up. Yeah. Sometimes
I wish like I could just like have a professional come in here and be like, okay, I would like add like a fake plant here and like a little like whatever. Oh, that's what I meant to mention as well. Add lots of plants or fake plants. If you can't take care of them, they're very fun as well.
They make
bring
you
a lot
happy.
of life.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. But yeah, so this was a very fun episode. I had fun talking about it.
Me too. Yeah. We'll do a part 2 sometime.
Yeah. So seriously, let us know. Follow us at Penn Pals Podcast on Instagram, PENN, Pals Podcast. And send us a DM if you like this. We're going to, as we always do, post little snippets from this episode and more content about that on there, and more. I'll post my chair, and so we'll post some other fun stuff, maybe Kelsey's DIYs and stuff too. So if you want to check that out, go follow us there, and send us a DM as well if you like this and want more similar stuff. I feel like we definitely have a lot to talk about on this topic.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And so also, if you are watching us, know that you can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple, or Google. And if you're listening, know that you can also watch us on YouTube. And be sure to leave a like, a comment, and maybe a nice rating on the listening platforms. We'd very much appreciate it. So again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you soon. Bye.
Bye.